cheap, compact, bokeh-licious, small as a micro four thirds lens. It's a great portraiture lens. I want to talk about this lens, about this budget lens that you can get for your Fujifilm camera. Does it resolve the 40 megapixel sensor? How is the AF? How is the image quality? And for what to use such a lens? Let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. I have for you a lens that I will never imagine that we will get such a lens on a Fujifilm system, as I would never imagined that Fujifilm will bring X-T50, such a great small camera. But now X-T50 has the chance to be paired with a small crazy lens that it's as small as a micro four thirds lens, and it's way better than a micro four thirds lens. So the technology in this package, it is something that blows my mind, because just think about it. You have here an APS-C 40 megapixel sensor with a bokeh-licious lens, a 56mm lens that will give you great image quality with great IBIS, with great colors on a 40 megapixel sensor. So this camera is very, very small and very portable because of this lens. Also, this lens, it will help your X-T5, X-T30 or other Fujifilm camera to be very portable and help you get amazing portraiture photography, street photography, as Saul Leiter was taking it, and so on. So first I want to talk about the build quality of this 56mm lens for Fujifilm. So it's made of plastic, entirely plastic. It's not a cheap plastic, but not a premium one. So for the budget price that it has, I feel that the plastics used are okay, but very important, the lens barrel, it is metal. So metal built lens barrel. And what is very important is that this lens weighs only 171 grams. And look here, a micro four thirds 30mm lens. It is as small as this lens, but also look here. Here I have the 45mm f1.8 lens from Olympus. And this is Viltrox 56mm f1.7. f1.7 on APS-C camera. Look here, it is as small and as light as a micro four thirds lens. So this is where I wanted to show you and to touch this point, because it's very important when you're considering in buying a 56mm lens for your Fujifilm camera. So this lens, it's made by Viltrox, and it is the 56mm f1.7, small and light as a micro four thirds lens. This lens is not weather sealed, but I don't care about this. Regarding build qualities, I don't feel that they've made any compromises. You have a metal barrel with an USB-C, so you can update the firmware. This is very important, because this means you will be able to keep up the lens, update it with the latest firmware from Fujifilm, and have great and stable AF. It's very, very important. Other than that, you don't have any FN buttons and all other gimmicks. It's a budget lens, but I want to address the focusing ring. I'm really liking it. It's moving the lens very fine. I'm saying this because I've tested it a little and I was amazed, because in general, when you are using a lens that it's focusing by wire, the focusing ring doesn't have any damping to it, but this had. So I've observed this. So build quality and ergonomics, very good for the price and for the purpose of this lens. Now let's get to AF, how this lens is focusing on Fujifilm X-T50 and other Fujifilm cameras. Well, I feel that this lens is focusing blazing and amazing fast on X-T50. As I've said, and as I'm using more and more Fujifilm X-T50, I'm able to observe that the custom zones that are on X-T50 and the custom zones aren't on X-T5, it's helping the lens to focus better, faster and more accurate. So I didn't have any problems. I can't say it is slower than a Fujifilm lens for the moment on X-T50 and also as other lenses on X-T5. It is fast, very fast and accurate with custom zone focusing. And of course I've used this setting. Why not use this setting? to get the pictures that I'm showing on the screen. So I didn't bother with other settings. Of course, in AFS, I've tested it a little. It's smooth, it's nice from point A to point B. So this is it. So very good AF, reliable AF, of course in low light with fast moving subjects, but I'm talking very low light, you'll have some missed focuses or not accurate focuses, but I don't feel it's a problem. I really don't feel it's a problem for this lens. You can use it in low light without problems. Of course, it will struggle a little, but again, it really depends on what you are doing. I've just made some blind test, and I think with any other Fujifilm lenses, I will not get better results than with this lens. So in low light, good results, not like in good light, but overall, I don't feel any constraints regarding this lens. So it's not something that will make me regarding AF, build quality, to say I will not take this lens with me. On contrary, because it is so light and I want a light bag, why not take it? Why not take it? But now let's look at the image quality of this lens. How this lens is rendering images on the Fujifilm X-T50 sensor. So I've used this lens on X-T50, how I said, for portraits because it's a portraiture lens. In a bright sunny day, I've used this small lens hood that it's a rose petal lens hood that I really like. It's bringing a nice look to the Fujifilm cameras, and I didn't have any problems regarding flare. Probably if I will put the lens in sun, yes, I will have flare, but again, I've used it for a long day. I didn't have any flare issues with the lens hood, so of course I didn't bother to put the light in it. Now, for portraits in bright sunny day with f1.7, I wasn't able to observe any chromatic aberration that will disturb me. Again, I'm not doing lab tests here. I'm just taking a lens, use it, and if I'm seeing something that look is there, it's ruining my photo on a 40 megapixel sensor, I will tell you this. So I've looked at the image 100%, 200%, the lens, it's very sharp for a budget lens, very sharp. I'm really amazed. It's very hard for you to distinguish between this lens and a pro lens. If you look online on YouTube, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or even on Flickr, you really need to put the picture side by side to decide that, look here, it's a pro lens, and look here, it's a budget lens. So the image quality for such a small budget lens, it is crazy good. The bokeh is very smooth. The subject, it's popping. It has some micro contrast. It is sharp, and the lens is focusing IAF, very good for portraits. Now, we can all agree this lens, it's a great portraiture lens, and you can buy it to use it for this and for some product photography and detail shots, because the minimum focus distance, it is pretty good, not amazing, but not bad, 55 centimeters. But I want to touch the chapter street photography with this lens, because it's very important. Some people are liking to use longer lenses for street photography and not just portraits, but for abstract street photography, for more tight shots, for more detailed shots, for more soul lighter shots. So this lens is ticking this box very well. So if you are into street photography and want to use a longer lens, I would recommend get this lens. Why? Because it's small, it's inconspicuous, it has a nice black touch to it, and it's very small and it's focusing very fast. So for street photography, I was able to get some nice shots. So a really good choice for street photography because of the size and weight. Because when you are doing street photography, if you aren't 100% sure that you'll use in that day the 56mm focal length, you can take with you other lenses. So the lighter the bag, the more fun it will be for you. So this is why I am loving very much the Micro Four Thirds system, because in the Micro Four Thirds system, I had the chance to take with me at least 3 lenses in a very small camera bag and not feel any weight. Now Fujifilm with this lens and with other options is getting there very fast. So this is a game changer for the Fujifilm system, and especially for the street photography community that wants small cameras and small lenses to take pictures. So for street photography, this lens, it's a gem. I would also touch that this lens, it's a gem for family photography. So for family photography, it really depends on how you will set up your system, 2 lenses or 2 cameras with 2 lenses. But for portraits, for family, great lens, and for family again it's very important to have a light system, and this lens it's helping you have a light system. Of course you'll not buy a 400 grams plus lens to take family photography, so it's very important. 171 grams, it's light like a feather, big deal here. But overall, crazy good lens regarding image quality. I'm really liking the rendering of the portraits. I'm really liking how it renders the bokeh, very nice and smooth, and more than that, it's rendering bokeh-licious shot even at f3.6. I've had the aperture by mistake at that setting, but it's very important because the portrait was very ultra sharp at f3.5 and the bokeh very smooth. So this was really shocking for me that again such a small lens, look at it, and light, 171 grams. It's able to give you such nice portraits. So of course it's better than a Micro Four Thirds lens, and it's tete-a-tete with a full frame lens, and how I've said with other pro lenses, and for the price it's mind-blowing how they managed to do this, because again I'm shocked how small and light it is. So very small and light, and also I'm really loving it how it stays on X-T5 also. It stays very well. So small, light, crazy lens, crazy lens. I'm really loving what Viltrox did here with this lens. So overall, nice rendering. I would not say it's a modern rendering, I would not say it's a vintage rendering, just a nice, beautiful, pleasant rendering this lens has, and this is a very good thing for what it is. So image quality top notch for the price, for what it is. Nothing disturbed me in street photography, in portraiture photography, in low light photography. Nothing that I would say I would not use this lens. No worries. So for who it is this lens? I feel that this lens could be a great entry-level lens for everyone who wants to do portraiture photography, paid or just for hobby. It is so good. Why start with a premium 56mm f1.2 WR that is costing 7 times more than this? Why do this? It is so good. It is so good. Of course, it will not compare with a pro lens. Of course, I'm not saying this, but look at it. If you are just starting out and if you don't want to invest much money in portraiture lenses, this is a bargain lens to choose. I know there are other lenses and I will compare it with the other lenses like TT Artisan, like Sigma 56mm f1.4 in the future. Other than that, this is a hobby lens. So if you are into hobby photography, of course, this is your first choice because it's very light, it's cheap, it's focusing fast, very good IAF and very good results. I do agree that there are other options out there, but I will not make the comparison now. I will make it in another video. So subscribe to see those videos because I have all the 3 lenses and I will talk about how these 3 lenses are comparing to each other. But now we have the luck that indifferently of what lens you choose, all will be very good. But this has an advantage compared to others. And if you are obsessed like me regarding weight and size, this is the lens to go for this field of view. It is very light, very small, very reliable IAF and great image quality. So I'm really recommending this lens. If you want to buy it, please use my links in the comments and description. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Give it a like, leave me your comments, and also please check my next videos for more content about photography. Thank you and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.